Yep, that's me. And this is how I became the best comedian in the world. Like every good story, mine begins with human trafficking. I was taken away from my friends, my family, and quite honestly, just normalcy. I was thrown into a school where I just didn't fit in. I don't know what the right way of saying this is, but let's just say that my school saved a lot of money on toner for the yearbooks. I think the only other person that had any melanin in their skin was the school mascot, Native American. I didn't know any English either, which didn't help, so I just took refuge in the only thing that I knew, comedy. And I hoped that by watching a lot of comedy videos I would learn English and make some friends. And I learned English, which was good. And I started performing comedy on the weekends, and I was actually pretty good. A prodigy, some people might say. But then this happened.
I actually have a girlfriend who's getting serious and we're getting married now in 5 days. And she's great. She works in my high school's cafeteria. She's 69 years old. She's a little bit older than me, but you know, she's great. And I never thought I'd get married because, like, I always thought girls are kind of yucky. Not in a gay way, but like, it only made sense, you know? Girls are ugly, that's why they wear makeup. They what? It's the accent, I understand.
It's the ice.
It's the ice? Alright. No, and they smell bad, you know, that's why they shower. But not my girlfriend, she doesn't shower. Okay. I don't have a girlfriend, I lied about that, I'm sorry. I was trying to be funny. It's not working out. Alright. So I'm a magician. I love magic.
Disappear.
Okay, I'm done. Thank you. You've been great.
And that was it. I became a chicken. And for the next 10 years, I was too afraid to even come close to a stage. But public speaking is actually a pretty big fear. And I decided I needed to start with something small. My fear of chickens. I don't know what it is, but they just terrify me. And I knew that if I could conquer that fear, then I could conquer the next fear. And maybe if I combine my fears, I could tackle 2 chickens with 1 stone. Luckily, I knew the right place to find a chicken.
No. This is Esme Squaller.
Okay.
She is now a little over 4 years old. And she is the leader of our small flock of 2. That's Bok Bok. And she is named after a villainous character in a series of unfortunate events. Bok Bok is kind of special.
She's scary though.
Well, she doesn't like people.
Yeah.
She just kind of marches to the beat of her own drummer.
I would like it if you allowed me to chase after her and pick her up, and I'll be very gentle.
Please do.
Faster. Yes! Thank you. Thank you very much. I don't think she likes us.
She doesn't, but it's okay.
Sorry. So now, with your permission, I want to take one of your chickens. So I'm going to dress up as a chicken and go do stand-up comedy and impersonate a chicken in front of people to try to get over a fear that I have.
Okay.
Doing stand-up. And I feel like no one would be a better teacher of this than a chicken. So if you're okay with it, I would want to sign up one of your chickens to do stand-up so that I can observe how they do it, and then I can do it myself. if that's okay.
Possibly, yeah. Well, yeah, and I'm also thinking about the chicken. Like, you don't want to have a heart attack being brought to like
That's true.
the old chicken.
She's very nervous.
She is.
As am I. That's why.
Maybe you guys are our companions in that way.
Yeah. Well, I feel like if she can do it, then I can do it.
Yeah.
But I feel like maybe we owe it to her to at least try. I looked on their website, and apparently you're not allowed to sign up someone else to do the open mic. You have to sign yourself up. So I need either Esme or Buck Buck to sign themselves up into the open mic. So let's see if we can do it.
So what do you want me to do? You want me to put the blueberries on the keys? All right. So do you want the?
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be. We don't have a lot of blueberries, so let's see.
Well, she just has to do ES.
Well, let's start with the subject line.
Oh, you want to do the whole?
If we can. I don't know if we have enough blueberries.
You definitely don't.
But maybe if we keep it simple, like I want stand up. Thanks at THX Esme, and then we send it.
Okay. Yeah, you set it up because
Yeah.
I think you have a. I know you have a vision for this.
Maybe. Esme. Come here. Esme. 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 I feel like she's mad at me now.
I mean, maybe if this is like theatrical, right? She doesn't have to actually like write it, right? You can show her pecking the keyboard, and you can show her picking the keyboard, and then you can show the screen, show the letters appearing.
Huh.
The viewer doesn't have to know that she's not actually pressing each letter in order.
I feel like maybe that would be unethical.
Seriously?
I don't know. What if you hold the chicken and then I hold the keyboard and maybe put it right in front of her?
Yeah, she doesn't see it, or she's afraid to eat it off the keyboard.
Whoa!
I don't think it's good.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. No. The plan was a failure. The chickens were too scared. Luckily, I knew exactly what I needed to do. I came back the next day, dressed as a chicken, and tried to really immerse myself with them. Learn from them. Gain their trust. I even read them a bedtime story to see if they would warm up to me. Swimming in the pond. He's hoping to play peekaboo. Peekaboo. With someone who comes along. What do you guys think? I think they care much for literature. Fortunately, I had a plan C, which stands for cannibalism, because apparently chickens like to eat each other. So I thought, hey, if I make the keyboard look like a weak chicken that they can pick on, then maybe they'll pick on the keyboard and type the email. Maybe I didn't make the chicken nerdy enough, but it just didn't work. And I didn't have another keyboard to try again. And I was running out of time. Luckily though, I did manage to overcome my fear of chickens. It seemed like this chicken was going to have to fly solo. So, with the little time that I had left, I needed to train my mind and body.
Well, just hold on. Yes.
I was just wondering if I could use the chalkboard, but if you're in a meeting, I can come back
Yeah, we'll be in a meeting like for an hour.
right now. Stay really silent.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
I don't know where the scroll bar is, so I use the arrow here and I have to go all the way like this. Thank goodness I'm not loading files where they click the whole conversion would be in red. And save.
Do you like any stand-up comedians? Do you like stand-up comedy? No?
I mean, I started comedy as in TVs, like watching in TVs or like in general, like going to some stand-up comedy and like when there is a stand-up comedy, like in the sense of the stage.
Yeah. Either one, I guess. They're kind of similar.
I mean,
You don't like it?
no, I do like it. It's not like that I don't like it. I mean, who doesn't know Jerry Seinfeld?
What is the deal with that spaghetti?
Yeah. So you want to become in future like a big stand-up comedian?
Yeah.
That's the
dream one day.
How do you come up with the ideas? Is it your ideas or is it something like, I mean, I don't know.
I can walk you through it like really quick if you don't mind.
Okay.
It's like a 3-minute set. So
Okay.
So I'm gonna come up to the mic and I'm gonna be like, why did the road cross me?
Why did the road cross me? Who crossed you like the chicken? Right?
Yeah, you're familiar with the why did the chicken cross the road?
No, I don't know.
Oh, there's a joke. It goes, why did the chicken cross the road?
No, I don't know.
So you don't know this
No,
joke?
I don't know the joke or the saying. No.
Really?
No, I don't know.
Wow.
I told you, right, that might be some
Yeah.
slang or saying, which I'm not aware of. I can't judge from my, it's very important, the audience. So that is what I'm saying, if you take my words and, if you feel like, okay, I feel this is not a joke, people might not laugh. You cannot say that because there are some things which, for example,
Everyone knows that joke.
yes,
Except you.
there is something missing. So I'm not the right audience to gauge your joke. I'm just very
No, that's okay.
Yeah.
But you seem to have a good sense of humor, so I appreciate it. Because and this is exciting because I get to take your chicken virginity in a sense. Like by telling you the joke, can I tell you the joke, the chicken joke? It's a very big joke, but in the US it goes, why did the chicken cross the road?
It's a big joke, it's a big story.
No, it's short. It's short. It's one liner, but it's really famous. It's in a lot of movies and stuff. And why did the chicken cross the road?
You're asking me?
It's a joke, so I'm just saying the setup and then I'll say the punchline.
Okay, why?
But
I need to give some answer.
no, I give it to you. That's like I say the setup and then I wait a little bit and then I give the punchline.
Okay.
So let's try that again. Why did the chicken cross the road?
I need to say something?
No, you don't need to say.
Just hold on.
Just hold it,
Okay.
and then I'll say the.
Sorry.
Okay, why did the chicken cross the road? To get to the other side.
Okay. That's it.
That's the joke.
Oh.
You see, the chicken was on this side of the road and then it crossed. So it's kind of what I'm doing, where there's like an expectation that you're going to have a joke.
Understood. I understood. So you are saying that you are asking audience, okay, why did the chicken cross the road, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And audience is expecting you are giving a big, kind of a big thing, and then you will say
To get to the
other side. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I didn't come up with that joke. That's a really old joke.
Oh, okay. I was not about that.
Yeah, no, that's fine. But it's kind of similar to what I'm doing in essence. But the next joke that I did come up with is kind of based on that joke. It's like a play off on that joke, like a spin-off of the joke. Oh wait, I gave it to you already. That why did the road cross me?
Yes, no,
That's
yes.
the joke. Yeah. So I'm taking the chicken and flipping it.
Flipping them. Oh, okay.
Remember how I tell you we like to flip things on their back, so that's what I would be doing.
So you will be saying, why did the chicken cross me?
Yeah, are you familiar with the saying?
No, I am.
Oh, okay. That like when someone crosses you, it means that they tricked you.
Oh, tricked you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like,
Oh yes.
why did you cross me? Yeah.
And then there is a pause, and then there is, and what is the answer? Oh, that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. The setup is the punchline. Would that work? You think? Yeah.
It's very difficult to make me laugh. So I told you, right? I'm very serious.
It looks like you're laughing right now.
I'm just smiling. I'm smiling.
This is not.
I mean, no. It's not about you in general. I mean, it's very difficult for me. Make me laugh in the sense I'm that type of personality, kind of, very less comedy, kind of a serious type.
Okay. All right. Ricky. Why didn't you say that? Keep it going for him, ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry about that, guys. I lost my voice for a second. I can actually talk. I am a pretty well-educated chicken. I don't know what that was. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh, this guy just came up here and winged that entire thing. I didn't wing it, you guys. I chicken winged it. Oh. That's horrible. Come on. No. Okay, I got some jokes for you tonight. Yeah, I'm a married guy. I failed. I didn't mean to fall. I don't know what that was. But anyways. I'm a married guy. I'm a married chicken. And I'm blowing you guys away right now. I'm seeing your faces. They go deadpan. Not a single smile. I love this. Okay. No, here we go. I'm a married guy. I got my cock ring right here. Extra large. That's my time. See you. Bye.
Hey, that's Mr. Big Fly, everybody. Hey, if I give you candy, do you promise to never do that again?
The guy that said that, by the way, his name's Scott, and he's my nemesis. If there are two things that you need to know about Scott, they are...
I'm gay and I'm fat.
So I could have said something mean like, hey, I gotta watch out for this guy, because he'll eat any chicken or cock that you put in front of him. But I didn't, because that would be crass. And maybe homophobic. Instead, I went backstage and I asked him for feedback. It went a little like this. Hey, Mr. Scott, do you have any feedback?
Yeah, you're not funny, man.
Okay, how can I improve?
What you do is not comedy. It's clownery. You are a clown. A stupid, stupid clown.
but I wasn't offended. I didn't take it as an insult because I actually admire clowns. They have a very important role in the history of performing. Clowns started it all, you know, from Hollywood movies, from the It Clown to, you know, RuPaul's Drag Race. All of it started with clowns. So I was gonna have to find my own clown, but it was gonna be a lot harder than I thought. Every clown that I reached out to was either too far away or kind of creepy looking and scary. So I wanted to stay away from those guys. I almost lost hope until I found a guy named Bonzo Crunch. He finally replied to me, but he wasn't available. He was doing an art show in Austin. So I drove up and paid him a visit. Right, Gern? Okay, I'm Ricardo. We sent an email. Yeah.
Yes!
Bonzo.
Hi,
Right, nice to meet you.
Oh, you were so much younger than I thought you'd be.
Really?
Well, anybody who's a parent, calls about a show?
It seemed like he was under the impression that I had a kid and I was looking for a clown for my kid instead of for myself. It was too awkward to tell him otherwise.
How old's your little one?
He's 2.
That's right, okay. I can remember from the... Yeah.
And I felt terrible for lying to him.
In fact, I'm the only one in my clown college class still clowning. But one guy, he wanted to be an actor and a director, and he was all in this hardcore stuff. And he was from Boston. He went to the Fame School, you know, the TV show Fame. He went to that school. He'd gone to that school. And so he's all Scorsese. And I love Martin Scorsese, don't get me wrong. Love Scorsese. He's like, Scorsese. So we're filming this Disney video, and there's all this downtime. And as he wants to be an actor and a director, he had no patience for downtime. And he had the most unintentionally funny line. He storms off. He goes, Scorsese wouldn't do it like this. I go, no, he sure wouldn't do a musical Disney sing-along video like this, would he? So I thought that was the funniest line, you know. Practice line. So this is part of the birthday show. It's in here. It's going to look really nasty, but it's funny, really. And so so that's part. And anyway, that's part of the birthday package.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I feel bad if I'm getting in the way of like.
No, not at all. I'm looking at this as like a little vacation.
Okay.
Never done this before. It's fun. Just want to see what happens. See what kind of response this stuff gets. You know, I just figure I'm still spry. I got more years clowning, but you get older, things slow down. Maybe this is a way to do something in the future. So it's just testing the waters. Like I said, taking the weekend off. This. Haven't seen people wear denim jackets.
Yeah.
It's getting cold. Last night we were freezing our big asses off, and they finally built a fire in there. Oh, yeah. You know.
Should be coming on.
Maybe skip.
Oh, something's moving, but I don't hear anything. Is the sound?
Oh, there.
I was making an egg, of course. Do you ask them why? Do you know why I crossed the road?
I wanted to make jokes about that, but
that's funny. Don't run if no one's chasing you. And that's the thing about a confident character. It's like, you know, they don't know that you're nervous. That's what I like about being a clown. If I screw up a magic trick or something, it's like inside I'm like, stupid. But, you know, I'll just kind of like, I've just learned. You kind of engineer your way out of it or ignore your way past it. Did you hear what Scorsese was saying about the Marvel movies? He said it's not cinema.
I wouldn't do it that way.
Yeah, right. He said that's not cinema, that's an amusement park.
Right.
He said those are amusement park rides.
Yeah.
And all these people got mad and were defending him. And he's like, well, you know, I would take my kids to an amusement park too, but I'll also take them to an art museum.
Yeah.
You know?
I really, really liked him, and it was a shame that I had lied to him. And part of me felt super guilty, and I wanted to come clean. So I needed to confess, and I also needed to get advice for my stand-up. So I asked him to have me over to his house, and I didn't know what to expect. There were some concerns that I had going into a strange clown's house, but he had pretty cool things. like this thing and that thing. Hey, that's me. And yeah, that's not Hitler. That's Charles Chaplin.
Well, it's funny. I
but
mentored
anyways.
a kid for a while, and he liked to draw, and so I used this technique of drawing. So you start with the geometric shapes, like the circles. Oh, another technique that it would go well with animated, drawing your stuff, storyboarding with a cartoon first, is something I learned at the Delaware years ago. There was a school in California, and they taught this really interesting thing in the mime section about body leads and how different characters, like if you lead with one part of your body, like your knees, all of a sudden you're an old character. And I'm not thinking old, I'm not getting all like, oh, okay, what would it be like if I had arthritis? But you lead with your knees, and it kind of, or you lead with your chest. You're the proud character. So that would go real good with animating this stuff and with the idea of simple motivations. Boy, I'm thinking of the parallels with animation now. This is amazing. Because you get these tableau moments, and it's like you form these tableaus. So you go from this one to that one to that one. And it's like, if you photograph just these tableau moments, you could see, it's really like storyboarding. I never thought of it that way, but.
Do you have any tips for like slowing down when you're getting nervous?
No, I do that all the fucking time. I'm like, for 20, 30, 40 years, I've been relearning the lesson. Slow down. Well, part of it is just think of it in terms of tableaus. That really does help. You think of what tableau is this going to do? I can rest there for a second. And like you're saying, it gives the audience time to take it in and see what it is. And the other thing is when you talk, practice hyper-articulating, because it's weird. I've been trying to do this more lately. On stage, you feel like you're a 45 RPM record being played at 33, but it doesn't look that way from the audience. And I can't believe how sometimes I will say things and I will articulate every syllable, and then I see it filmed and it looks just fine. And Steve had been a rodeo clown, and he hated the Ringling Clowns because we were college clowns. We were a bunch of panty wastes, pussies. He was a man's clown, I mean, and it's true. I mean, I give him that. I give him that. Baboons don't like clowns because the painted makeup looks like the mandrill, which is their natural enemy. And a baboon will tear you apart like that.
I think, honestly, there's a lot of clown prejudice.
There is,
right?
There is, and some of it's earned by the clown community and some of it's prejudice. But those incidents kind of made me rethink things. And then I talked to other performers, and they had a really simple solution. Don't fight it, just stop the show. And don't be a drama queen about it. You know what made me stop trying to do stand-up? I used to do the open mic stuff. Was a more seasoned stand-up comedian who, I was just starting out, and I was trying clowning, I was trying stand-up, and I didn't know what direction I'd go in. The stand-up seemed like good for learning the writing, the clown for the physical. And I was doing these open mic nights, and I was terrible. There was a couple of us, we'd taken a writing class together. So all of us from the writing class, we'd all huddle together with our material, our precious material, and we worked on all week and waiting to work our material. And so we were all kind of solidarity, nervous, hunched together. And this one seasoned guy saw us, he sussed out what the situation was. And he said, look, he was real nice, but a little cynical. He says, you all got your routines and this material that means a lot to you, and you really want to put out something original and good. He says, that's great. He says, but these audiences don't care. He said, it's going to come down to dick and shit jokes. And you've got to be ready for that too. And then he did his material, and it was cool. It was right when there was a book, Julian Jaynes had a book about the origins of consciousness in the bicameral mind. The whole idea was that you got your right and left brain. And this guy did this routine where he did a right brain, left brain routine, and as they're learning to communicate. And it was really clever and really well thought out, and at the same time funny. And these drunken 20, 30 something sophisticates in the bar could care less. And then he looked at us, and he could see like they're over. They couldn't see his hand by the side. He kind of gave us his look like, see what I mean? Then he goes one with his fingers, 1, 2, 3. You ever been a guest in someone's house and you take a shit, titter, 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 and you flush and it won't go down? Giggle, giggle, giggle. And you flush again and it won't go down. Bigger laugh. And you reach in and you squeeze the air pockets out of it. And they're roaring with laughter. And he's this whole thing about it. And then you wash your hands and you wipe and you realize, oh my God, I got shit on the guest towel. And it's all about getting shit all over the place. And the audience is dying. And then he turns around when it's done. He's had a quote unquote successful set. And he looks at us and rolls his eyes like, see what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that was it for me. I was like, lesson learned.
These days, like every stand-up comedian wants to be a philosopher. And
they also like to be the angry ranting on the corner. Yeah. The angry ranter with the kernel of wisdom.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's like, who's the guy who was in Austin who was really good at that? 90s, early 2000s. I got a record of his. Where's that record? Where's my eyesight? Where's my, okay. Lord Buckley, no. Fireside Theater, no. What's this? I can't read the cover. Bill Hicks.
Oh.
Bill Hicks was like a rant, I'm gonna close this window now. Bill Hicks was a rant comedian, and he was like the angry street corner philosopher, and he was really good, but it's kind of like I don't like what he left in his wake, which is what you're talking about. Everyone thinks they got to be the philosopher.
Yeah.
Or the other thing is explore your pain.
He has a really good command of the audience.
Oh yeah.
I really struggle with like enunciation.
Well, with enunciation, just practice. Yeah. It's like I'll listen to C-SPAN in the morning. They got the Washington Journal, so I'll have like 20-minute interviews with news people, and then they have the call-in segment. And I like it because if you listen to like radio, it's like right-wing religious nuts, and you get the most rabid right-wing. But C-SPAN is like this broad cross-section of America. You get the left-right cross-section, and you get the IQ cross-section. So you get everything from like blazing morons to really smart people calling in. But sometimes I'll be doing the dishes, and I'll just try to imitate the cadence of their speech, and also. I've come to the conclusion on the call-in shows the most common phrase is some version of "Wake up, America." And the left will do it. People need to wake up, or the right will be "Wake up, America."
It's like the
It's a horseshoe thing, yeah. But everybody's tell that everybody else needs to wake up.
Mm-hmm.
But
except me, because I'm the only.
Yeah, I'm already there. Yeah, and I'll just sit there and practice. Hyper-articulation.
Like slam poetry, they really enunciate things.
This is artistic warfare, baby. But yeah, no, just practice regular speech, and then when you start doing it on stage, it's like it feels weird, but you can feel them following you better. Why did I cross the road? Could be a poem.
I think that.
Yeah. It's a shame they got rid of the animals. I'm not overly sentimental. I think you can have a great circus. There are great circuses without animals. You don't need animals to have a fantastic circus. But at the same time, the animal stuff I thought got such a bad rap.
It's interesting. I think all the people that complain about it, if you were to replace all the circus animals with chickens, they wouldn't care.
You're right.
Right?
Because they're just dumb chickens.
Yeah. Sometimes people do things with good intentions, but that aren't the best thing to do,
Road to hell's paved with good intentions. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I have a confession.
Huh.
It's
You're scared of clowns.
No. No, it's been a burden. But last time we met, you asked me how old was my kid.
Yes.
I don't have a kid.
You don't?
I freaked out, and I've been wanting to tell you.
I was kind of wondering.
I've been feeling so guilty.
Where's your kid today? I thought with grandma. So okay, that's cool.
Okay.
So you contact me about doing a show because you just want to connect with the club.
The show was for me, but I don't want to say that it was for me.
That's cool.
Like I would have told, like in the
you would have come out.
When I filled out the form, I didn't say it was for a kid. I just wanted.
That's right. And that would have come out. That's totally cool. Yeah, but I'm sure if we actually booked the show, I'm sure that would have come out well before the booking.
Yeah,
so,
I would have told you.
No harm, no foul. But that's funny, and I can easily see why it's like, oh, I can't say it now, but it's like I don't want this to go on too long. That's really funny, though. That's funny.
So I'm sorry I lied. But I had good intentions.
You came clean, and like I say, it would have come out if we'd done a booking. It would have come out way sooner. So that's cool. That's funny. But I was wondering, it's like, is the kid with grandma today?
Like her real parents. She was.
I'm gonna shut that. I got a window open. It's getting cold even with the heat on here.
But she was a baby when she was given up.
It was time to practice my enunciation at a poetry slam night. I had been to this place before and I was expecting it to be like this, a fun night. But when I got there, it was different.
My father beat me. I was literally the black sheep when it came to me and my 7 siblings.
Wash that racism out of your heart. Use extra bleach, rinse, and repeat. And I'll break this stage in half right now. Make no mistake, I'm him.
Centuries of rape,
Racism, black women,
death, abortion,
suicide.
Pew, pew. Slaves in the minds of supremacy.
Make some noise if you love black people. I'm gonna take my belt off. Give you a dad talk.
It was clear I had made a big mistake, but it was too late to back out.
On deck, I got Jam. Next up, come to the stage. Y'all put your hands together for Ricardo.
What?
Monica Lewinsky. The key to Bill Clinton's heart. Monica. Money. Mom. Me. Key. Mom. Key. Box? Monkeypox. More like cultural appropriation box. Do not let the egg deceive you, for the chicken came first. We were here first! Or did you forget? Forget. Skin. Foreskin. Foreskin was first kissed by the lips of chickenpox. And I do find it unorthodox that you prefer monkeypox over the touch of a couple of handsome cocks. But alas, it's not the first time, and it will not be the last, that a chicken is crossed by someone else's unruly path. Thank you.
Y'all give it up for raising chicken awareness here on the mic tonight.
I think there was an air of people like laughing, but then not knowing like what was gonna come next, if like they were gonna be insulted or something. They were like, wait a minute. and then you like mixed it up, and then you made people laugh again, and I was like, oh, okay. That was pretty good.
I was done with the first piece of advice. The second one wasn't as good, but I still did it. And I went and performed again at a real comedy club. It was so fun performing to a bunch of empty chairs, and that gave me the confidence to finally redeem myself and head back to the city that started it all, the city that broke my heart. New York City, here I come. I'm sorry. I'm really lost right now. I don't know how I got here. I remember being outside across the road. I remember crossing it. I don't know why though. I don't know how I got it from you guys. And yet, as I gaze into the abyss, I can't help but to wonder, why am I here? Why are any of us here? Is there any purpose to this existence, or are we merely feathers in the wind? Destined to be carried away into the great unknown. What's the meaning of life? To achieve greatness, to seek happiness, to leave a legacy? Or merely to peck at the ground, searching for scraps until we return to the dirt from which we came, to cross, or not to cross? That is the question. What about that road, that ribbon of asphalt, that path of temptation that gave way to the other side? What does it symbolize? The journey of life, the choices we make, or simply a physical manifestation of the deepest, darkest desires? I don't know. I might never know. The only thing I know is that as I stand here in front of you guys, lost, naked, and alone, I am reminded of the one thing that truly matters. That I must continue to cross that road, to seek, to explore, to experience. For in the end, it's not the destination that matters, but the journey. It's the journey that makes us who we are. It's the journey that gives meaning to life. Oh wait, no, I was out of milk. Sorry guys, this is not CBS.
wanted to get to the other side. If not,
It was a disaster.
Oh, you're all chickens.
And not only that, but the sense of belonging that I once had in New York was gone. This felt more like rehab. Or a multi-level marketing scheme.
It's $5, cash or Venmo, and I can put you on.
I didn't have any money left. I had spent it all trying to chase a dream, and I wasn't any closer than these guys. Maybe it was time to give up. Sometimes you just have to throw in the chicken soup. And I know it's sad, but I think some dreams are just that. Dreams. I spent the next days in deep misery, just looking for a sign. And they were everywhere.
Thank you.
It really wasn't until I saw this one, though, that I knew exactly what I needed to do.
Who doesn't know Jerry Seinfeld? Jerry Seinfeld show, which is in Netflix. His jokes are really classic. I mean, he has that. He's not a good actor though. I would say he's not a good actor. He doesn't know how to act. For all those 7-8 seasons I have watched, he doesn't know how to act, but he's really good. Like observation wise, my work as well, I pretend that I know everything, but I actually don't. I'm getting paid like that. You have to be confident. I mean, in calls, so basically after COVID, so
fake it till you make it.
I don't know. I mean, come on, I have to pay my bills. I need paycheck coming. I don't care.
I found this to be true in other places and for other things. Like this mirror is actually a work of art, and this trash bag is also a work of art. And actually, I don't know what that is, but it's also a work of art just because it's in a museum and people bought into it.
He said after a while, Cirque du Soleil became train a teenager in basic gymnastics, give him a really colorful costume and a goofy haircut, and it's art. You know, and that's a little harsh, but it's also kind of true. And the price is like, Jesus Christ.
It depends on the audience. It's very important to be engaged. You know, it's a very important audience. So that is what I'm saying. Like, it depends on the audience. Like, I really don't know.
You don't believe my mentor? Well, think again. Because 2 out of the pieces that you just saw were completely fake. Yet you bought it. You didn't question it. Because who are you to question fine art? The problem wasn't me. It was the audience. I was just needing to find a more pretentious audience that would buy my act.
But yeah, for singers, it's a more of a stylistic choice, you know. And sometimes maybe they don't want you to know what they're saying, or they want it to be ambiguous. Mm-hmm. Like you were talking about Hendrix earlier, you know, the line that so many of us misinterpreted, "Excuse me while I kiss this guy." I actually thought that's what he was saying. I said, well, you know, it was before gay was a word, but I said, okay, you know, rock and roll, you can kiss. He's letting us know, and that's cool. And there's kiss the sky. Yeah, that makes more sense. Well, actually, kissing a guy kind of makes more sense than kissing the sky.
Yeah. Maybe I could also just take trash and turn it into art. A chicken suit, to be exact. Since kindergarten, my medium of choice has been paper mache. But in our digital age, it can be hard to get paper. Unless you live close to a pharmacy that doesn't care about the environment. Because let me tell you, I've never once paid for paper in my life. All you gotta do is walk out of the door, go into your car, wait a couple of seconds, and head straight back. They'll return it.
I was wondering if I could return it.
Yeah. Here's the receipt.
Best part, they let you keep the receipt.
Alright, and automatically went back to your car.
Thank you.
The rest is up to you. Do it however many times you need to. Just rinse, return, and repeat. I understand this might seem unethical to some of you. Am I stealing paper? I don't think so. And as long as there are real criminals out there that need stopping, you and I are free to get all the paper that we need. And finally, with all the ingredients in place, and a little bit of artsy-fartsy fairy dust, I would have a chicken suit that's truly a work of art. A chicken suit that I can follow my dreams in, that I can spread my wings and fly, I guess. Well, I guess chickens don't fly? But it doesn't matter. Because this chicken would. This chicken is gonna fly so high that it's gonna make history. The only question is, are you ready? Thankfully, I knew a bar that was pretty good about finding the right audience for its events. Getting booked was easy peasy. I just had to find a way to introduce the chicken without weirding people out too much. Thankfully, I had a plan. This next piece is very personal to me, so I hope you enjoy it. Why did I cross the road? I just don't know. As I gaze into the void, I can't help but to wonder how I got here. Where any of us here? Is there a purpose to this existence? Or are we merely feathers in the wind, destined to be carried away into the great unknown? I just don't know. What's the meaning of life? To achieve greatness, to leave a legacy, or simply to peck at the ground, search for scraps until the final moments when we're united from the earth from which we came. Oh, but what came first, the chicken or the egg? I don't know. And what of that road, that ribbon of asphalt, that path of temptation, that gateway to the other side? What does it symbolize? Oh, the journey of life, the choices we make, the fork in the road that shapes our destiny, or simply a physical manifestation of our deepest and darkest desires, leading us to places unknown and unexplored. I just don't know. Questions, but as I stand here, naked, lost and alone, of the one thing that matters. I'm reminded of the one thing that matters. I must continue to cross the road, to explore, to seek, to find. For in the end, it's not the destination that matters, but the journey that makes us who we are. It's the journey that gives meaning to life. That is how it was supposed to go.
Sorry, I got so nervous. Are we nearly? Let me start again. Sorry.
But I choked.
Why any of us here? Is there a purpose or we? Gaze into the void. I can help but to.
I just couldn't get it out. I don't know why.
No lyrics, guys. I'm gonna wing it. Here we go. But I need you to believe in me. This is very important. I'm sorry, guys. I know. Let's just get through it. And it's gonna get better, I promise.
It did not.
To leave a legacy, to achieve greatness, or to something else. Why are any of us here?
I think I started over like 10 times.
To leave a legacy, or simply breaking ground.
I didn't want to do this to the audience, so I eventually gave up. And then tried again.
Is there a purpose to this existence? Are we
But even then, I eventually had to give up. But what I said is still true. It is the journey, not the destination and all of that jazz. And I guess maybe the chicken just crossed the road for no reason. But maybe the chicken made friends along the way and had a good time. And maybe that's enough. And I wondered if maybe my obsession with my dream had prevented me from enjoying life. Because a lot of cool things actually happened while I was recording this. And for example, my brother got married, and I dressed as a penguin to practice my bit, only to find out later from my grandma that was a nun, and I was probably gonna rot in hell. But she loved me still, so it was good. But I had fun, and made friends.
My girl got pregnant when she was 17, whatever, blue. My idea was, wait a minute.
And they were all living their own stories.
My idea was, I'm getting married when I'm 35, because I was a fucking thug. I had too many bitches.
Of course.
I didn't hit 35. I hit 30 when I got deported. She took the fucking...
Why did you get deported?
Bro, I can't...
Do you have a criminal record?
Whatever, bro. She took...
But out of all the people that I met, there was one that I felt like I had known since I was a little kid. There was something magical about him. He doesn't really want me to tell you what he does for a living, but he makes a lot of people happy every year, and if it weren't for me, he wouldn't have had a chance to do it this year.
Chicken Man saved my life, hijo de chingada.
Mark, don't be saying that.
We were out to dinner together, and you just happened to be sitting next to me, and my whole life changed in an instant, in the sense of that, you know, leaned back, and my ponytail caught on fire from a candle that was placed by somebody on the windowsill, and you reacted so quick. It's like there was no time to really respond, and otherwise I would have probably lost some skin and all my hair.
Oh yeah.
And so I appreciate your quick reactions and your thoughtfulness towards me. And it's like, otherwise you could have just videotaped it and just went up.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was nice, not naughty.
Yes. Yes, you know, and it kind of reminds me, is like there's all too often today in the world that people will videotape something rather than respond to it. And that, I find that really, really disheartening.
I guess sometimes when we get involved too much in our own story, we forget about the impact that we have on others.
I got it. I like it.
And sometimes when you save a friend, they might save you right back.
If you want. What do you want me to sing? What do you want me to sing? Anything. Let's make a song. Make a song.
Chicken man, you touch my heart. Chicken man, start with the sun. Things are so different now that you're here, and now nothing is ever so clear. Your clucking is so distracting, but I can't help watching you need another drink. Things are getting too heavy right here. Should I get a whiskey? Or maybe a beer? Or tequila? Oh, a tequila. Chicken man, help me see the way. Chicken man, keep me on play. Chicken man, chicken man, chicken man, chicken
If you had one message for the world, what would it be?
Don't be a dick.
I'm sorry.
No, it's true. I mean, it's like, yeah, I mean, be cool or or shut up.
Yeah.
You know? Because everybody has a dream, nobody has a right to suppress anybody about anything. And it's like, this world could be so much better if we would just take time to be, you know, nice to each other. Let's just enjoy each other while we can. I've only been here for 5,286 years, so yeah, I might be here another 5,000, I don't know.
Really?
Yeah. 1965 BC. Merry Christmas.